morning and bom dia to everybody. We still await and we anticipate the arrival of His Excellency Dr. Miguel Calderos Veloso, the Ambassador of Portugal to Zimbabwe. We welcome him. We welcome representatives of the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education and other government departments related. We welcome Mr. Tony Samosh, Chairman of the Board of Governors, and board members present. We welcome the Chair and members of the PAC. We of course welcome parents and friends of Lusitania, all Lusitania staff, and importantly, of course, pupils of Lusitania, particularly our grade 7s, whose final event of this nature at this school, this will be, after spending so many of their formative years here at Lusitania. So for them, I think it's a poignant occasion, really. As we mark the final week of this academic year, I would like to pay tribute to the entire people structure that makes Lusitania a vibrant and efficient school operation. For me, this has been a year of discovery and learning. I had no preconceptions of what to expect here at Lusitania. As it turns out, I've been blessed to lead the school, and I record my thanks and appreciation to all who have welcomed, supported, encouraged, and assisted me in this. I found that the people and the structures at this school work very well. This has made my task relatively smooth. For an organization to work well, it needs to have the right people. And those people need to be in the right places. Otherwise, as we know, even the best of plans and intentions can go awry. I thank Dr. Gondi for her unwavering support and engagement from the very outset. She is the key driver of much of what happens here at the school, and she is excellent in all that she does. I feel privileged to have someone of her character and caliber to work with. Thank you, Patricia. Our administrator, Mrs. Shabi, and our bursar have also been incredibly supportive, hardworking, and dedicated team members. I thank you, Manuela and Nathan. The heads of department, teaching staff, and all specialist departments have performed, in my opinion, with the utmost professionalism and dedication. I thank you too for your unqualified support and assistance. I also pay respect to Mr. Smart Chamusora and his team for the hard work that they put in every day to ensure that the grounds and the infrastructure here are in their best possible condition. It's a big responsibility, but it's done with quiet efficiency using the available resources. So from as objective a distance as possible, I would like to assure our key stakeholders, and those are our parents, that this is a school that always sets itself the highest standards and always strives to deliver top quality outcomes. It is as good as, if not better in many respects, than every other school that I've had experience in or with. Evidence of the high standards of performance and achievement are probably best shown really by breaking down some highlights over the year. In the academic sphere, our grade 7 class of 2022 achieved a 100% pass rate in ZIMSEC. We mustn't forget that this is against the backdrop of their disruption to schooling caused by the COVID pandemic and the restrictions that we had to face then. There has also been a significant improvement in Cambridge checkpoint results in all of the 3 subject areas. And I can say that Lusitania is a leading ATS school in the delivery of Cambridge primary. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but quite a number of our schools in ATS have still yet to introduce Cambridge as an option. So I think that we are well ahead of the field in that regard. Looking ahead in 2024, Cambridge CEM assessments will be rolled out, along with deepening the links with the Cambridge program, right down to the ECD level. In the CHIS IT computer examinations, the school achieved a 100% pass rate, with 20 candidates receiving a distinction. In the CHIS Shona examinations, there was a perfect pass rate, 100%, with 26 distinctions. The CHIS Common Assessment Paper, known as CAP, for Form 1, traditionally held in July of every year, went, I think, extremely well. It's not a paper or a set of papers that the results are issued for, but we can tell the success of it for our pupils by the fact that every one of our grade 7 pupils gained or were offered Form 1 places at many of the leading ATS schools of their choice. So I think we can be very proud of that. I want to say that our pupils are recognized as high caliber young people, well sought after by the leading high schools. And I can give you an example of St. George's College. The registrar there wrote to me saying how delighted and pleased they are with the cohort of former Lusitania pupils who are currently at St. George's. And could they come and market a little bit more actively with us, because they want more Lusitania pupils to come to St. George's. And I thank St. George's for that initiative, and I wish some of the other ATS high schools would also do the same, because I think they tend to be a little bit passive. On a related note, moving on, there was the National Spelling Bee, which is actually quite a tough test of ability, and 8 of our pupils made it through, finally placing 4th and 6th overall. It's a very tough competition, many criteria, so I think that that was a remarkable achievement, a testament to our pupils. Turning to visual and performing arts, without a doubt, Lusitania knows how to put on a great show. and how to celebrate key days during the year. And this year was no exception, with fantastic costumes and parades for the Carnival, great theming and costumes for Africa Day and Portuguese National Day. Our children radiated confidence and exuberance, and I thank all of our staff for the incredible effort that they put in, and of course to you, the parents, for supporting these days and for turning them out in some of the most incredible costumes I've ever seen at a school. And I think you'll find that this matches any event anywhere in the world. It's truly world class. So very well done to everyone there. For the second term, the dramatic production of the year was Tut Tut. What you see on the stage, if any of you have ever been involved in a production, a stage or dramatic production, you'll know what I mean. But what you see on the night is just the tip of the iceberg. It was a production brimming with confidence and conviction. But behind the scenes were months of dedication by the production, set and costume crew. And all of those people came together to bring us a remarkable and wonderful performance. I thank Mr. Blessing Mutasa for leading the production and for his seemingly unlimited energy and vision in seeing this through to a successful conclusion. Aside from our own productions, our pupils were fully engaged in the National Institute of Allied Arts Festival, and they received, or we were recognized with 2 honors in visual arts and 2 honors in the solo and traditional African music performances. It would take me a very long time to go through all that, so please forgive me by just recognizing that at this stage. And very recently, the Choice Children's Choir, made up of 29 children, 10 of whom came from Lusitania, again led by Mr. Mutasa, attended the Lisbon Sings Festival, where they were the only choir made up of children and the only one from all of Africa. The choir was awarded 2 silver medals in the children's section and in the folklore section. These are highly commendable achievements. Recognize and pay tribute to the literally months of hard work that produced these outcomes. And it's very difficult to do justice to this hard work, to this degree of engagement. So well done to everybody involved, and to all who contribute in many and varied ways. On the sporting side, because of course this is a very multifaceted sport, our key sports include athletics, cross-country, football, hockey, netball, swimming, as well as options such as basketball and water polo as clubs. It would take another complete full report to list all of the achievements this year. But I can say that in summary, our teams have performed very well, and a number of pupils were selected for provincial teams. We are a strong school, and this is evident in athletics and cross-country. We achieved second place in 2 inter-schools athletics meetings, and we're in the top 3 of every cross-country event. Our first team, Phillies and netball teams, were both undefeated, and the Colts hockey team came in with a 77% win rate. Our first team football placed second out of 10 schools in the Chip League. And our swimming team achieved top 3 position in the top 3 in 2 invitational galas. We have some work to do, I think, still in the EPSA division, but I'm confident that that will come about. Chess is also a competitive activity, and if you follow social media, you'll see that Lusitania did very, very well at a recent chess tournament held at St. John's Prep School. Currently, we are in 6 out of 12 schools in the A division, and the divisions go down all the way to H. So I think you can see that we have a very high caliber of chess playing at the school. I would like to say that Lusitania has the depth of numbers to field top quality sporting teams, and will benefit from our ambition to widen our fixture roster and the number of fixtures over the next year. As a school, I believe we can only benefit by competing in schools that we don't always get to play against. But it is a process and it takes time. I repeat that we have the numbers, we have the talent, we have the facilities, and we have the coaches to take us further, and this will happen. I personally feel driven to see Lusitania take its place as a school that is considered a force to be reckoned with in all of the sporting disciplines. And I'm not saying it isn't, but there's always room for improvement. I think if we want to look for evidence of talent in the sporting area, I'll use the example of water polo, sometimes at junior school called splash ball. After only 7 weeks of introduction to the game, we reached a level where we could play a fun game against the St. George's under-14 side. We did extremely well. And I can tell you that there's some incredibly good talent emerging. But just as an aside, why water polo and why some of the other things that we do? You might think it's just something that I might personally enjoy doing, which is true, but part of the reason for this is that we need to prepare our grade 6s and 7s for life after Lusitania. Water polo, as an example of a sport at high school, is a very popular sport. It's a very big sport. Perhaps even at some schools, it's swimming. So it's an example really of why it's important to introduce our children to this type of activity, because once they get to high school, they'll feel that they can make that contribution very quickly, and they won't be afraid to do so, and it will take them far. I thank our head of sport, Mr. Ndabambe, and his team for their dedication and their desire to see that our sporting teams are well prepared, that they are competitive, and that they are sportsmanlike. And we always remind them that the noble values of sport translate into success in every other area of life. Just looking ahead a little bit about what we plan to do at the school. Next year we would like to introduce, we are actively planning this, aftercare for our ECD pupils, which I believe there's a demand for. We are working on deepening our links and opportunities through cultural exchanges to Portugal. This is a lifetime opportunity for our students as they go through the school, and I think it's unique to Lusitania, where they can have the opportunity to widen their personal horizons. feasibility study is underway to look at various other services that we can offer, including, for example, a bus service from the city to the Lusitania campus. We're just looking at the feasibility of that, just to make it easier for people to feel that enrolling here is viable for them. I think we'll agree that it doesn't matter which school you're at these days, with the traffic in Harare, any sort of measure that can be taken that relieves the pressure on the roads and on you as parents is welcome. We are also looking, funds permitting, at the construction of a science laboratory that will enhance the delivery of that subject for Cambridge Primary. And we look continually for various upgrades and improvements that we can make to the campus as a whole. We know that when I say resources permitting, that there are many challenges in the macroeconomy. The school is no exception. There is a constant need to balance income and expenses, and always to bear in mind that we would like to deliver value for money. But I do thank all of our parents for believing in our educational product and for making that investment that is needed in your children. We, for our parts, are always mindful that the value chain must be credible, and that it must provide you with your desired return on investment. With your support, our goal in 2024 is to be able to build up a little bit of reserve that we can use for capital expenditure. Because it takes capital to develop and improve our assets. We have a clear plan, as I mentioned, for some of the things that we need to do, but we will try and thread this needle very carefully. It's worth remembering that an independent sector education comes at a price. Schools like this have to be entirely self-sufficient, without any state grants, donations, or support. So you can just imagine, like any operation or business, running a school like this is an incredibly expensive operation. So thank you for your support and your belief. I know at times it can be tough, but it's worth it. Finally, I'd like to say that really today is primarily an opportunity to publicly acknowledge and recognize the achievements of our pupils. I say in advance, well done to all of our prize winners on your consistent efforts that has led to this recognition. May you all continue to be inspired to do the best that you can, even if this time around you may not receive a prize. Now on that point, I'd like to finish off by telling you a brief story. It's my son Bruce, and I wish he was here today, is a fantastic man. He had to repeat grade 7 because he was considered not ready for Form 1. He took that in his stride, and it was kind of a hint of the person he was to become. At high school, I won't hide this, he wasn't the easiest pupil. He struggled with learning difficulties, and that of course led to not really wanting to study. Anyway, he left school with a couple of AS levels, which he didn't realize at the time, because of other distractions, how important that would be for him. he never received a prize or a certificate or anything at school. Nothing. Zero. But he went on to become an incredibly successful person. And I look forward next year, and I can say this, it's just in the context of what I'm saying, that he has just been awarded a Master of Science degree by the University of Plymouth. It shows you, never give up, keep going, believe in yourself. On that point, I would like to reiterate my thanks. Sure, we are excited to get on with the more interesting stuff. So enjoy the rest of the morning, and thank you very much for your